Alright, so let's see. Right now, I'm going to share making some bread. So, this is what I have prepared so far. I have some French dough recipe that I prepared the dough for and let sit overnight. I let it leaven and rise, or the same thing. So now this is my first baguette I'm going to make, and I'm going to share it with you guys. First I need to powder this up a little bit so it doesn't stick so much. So this is just basically unbleached white flour, bread flour, with water and some yeast and some salt. And I'm going to go ahead and flour up this table a little bit so that I can roll them into loaves. Now they have already been cut off of one big batch that I let sit for the last it was basically overnight, so maybe a little over 12 hours. And now I'm going to go ahead and roll these out flat first, then fold them, and then after I get them folded, I will roll them again into what I'll eventually put in the oven to bake into baguette. So flattening it out. Now this is my first time doing it. I'm just following a recipe from a book. I found it to be a lot easier than I initially thought. I've always wanted to bake, and I've never done it because I was always so intimidated by the whole yeast rising and not knowing, exactly what I'm doing. But with a little reading and a little patience and some trial and error, I'm guessing, I will get it. And so now I got a flat piece there, like the book said, and I am going to fold it over onto itself twice, and then I'm going to seal the resulting seam and then roll it out. So, flattened it out, fold it over on itself twice, right? So, folded, maybe this isn't flat enough. One of the things that I was thinking I probably want to try to pick up at a garage sale someday would be a nice pin, rolling pin. But anyway, so, flattened it over, roll it over once on itself. Okay, now I'm gonna roll it over again on itself. Alright, so this was originally altogether 3 cups of flour. Now the seam, I guess I need to take the seam and pinch it and try to get it so that I close the seam. Now, if I'm not mistaken, add a little more of this flour out here. I roll this like Play-Doh, essentially, which is the fun part, right? And well, the eating part is probably the most fun. But it says basically, press each dough ball flat, then fold it over onto itself twice, seal the resulting seam, and using your hands, roll the dough into a long snake, as you did with clay when you were a child. So, long snake coming up. Now, this isn't really a long table, so I'm either going to have to get imaginative or make my snake not as long as the next person's snake. But one of the things they said also is that you don't want to add too much flour to the table because it'll slide all over the place and start flopping. So right now, I don't think I'm having that problem. I have to be careful more about it sticking too much. I'm doing the same thing because of that. So I'm rolling it out. Trying to get myself at least a semi-long baguette. Not everybody's baguette is the same size, You be getting what you got, and that's all it is. So, but as my grandmother used to say, beggars can't be choosers. The people that get this baguette ought to be happy for what they get. So here's one snake that's almost, I think, probably done. Probably try to roll it a little bit longer. And of course I washed my hands and all that stuff all through this whole process. making sure to wipe my butt thoroughly between each wash. I'm just kidding. Don't let my family know. Alright, so I think after this it's a matter of doing the same thing with the rest of them and then throwing them in the oven. Alright, so 30 minutes before I bake, I gotta heat the oven, so that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this and do the other 3, show you the final product on those, and then start preheating the oven. Next time I'll do the whole thing. Thank you.